What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we have an unexpected unemployment update for you regarding back pay for missed benefits. This is your unemployment update and your federal unemployment extension update. Now, take a look. We're seeing articles coming out like this now. Jobless aid cutoff lawsuits. They're going to be going on after the federal programs have ended. And that's right. I'm going to give you all the details. As we're hearing, these are continuing on, and it looks like claimants might actually win in suing the governors that ended benefits early. And if that is the case, they're going to be getting paid back pay for missed PUA, PEUC, and $300 per week boosts. Now, in addition to that, as you guys know, September 6th was the cutoff deadline federally for all federal benefits of PUA, PEUC, and the FPUC $300 per week boost. And right now, there is not set in place an extension. We haven't seen the end of these benefits, but AOC, she called to have an extension included in the current stimulus reconciliation package, which is currently being negotiated and being reduced in price tag, making it look less likely that it might get in there. Also, Senator Ron Wyden called for a modification of the entire unemployment system, saying it's broken, it doesn't work, and it differs state to state, and we need to make modifications across the board. Now, neither of these proposals, these bills that they've suggested, have made it into the stimulus reconciliation bill. However, we have heard from President Joe Biden that even though this bill is going to be reduced and cut down, there will be another one that's going to be coming in 2022, and we will see what benefits get included, and we will see if Congress feels it's necessary to include an additional unemployment extension provision in the next stimulus reconciliation package. Now, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. We haven't heard a whole lot on it recently, but a lot of us are suspecting that the reason being is that it just ended September 6th, so it's been a little bit over a month now, and they're waiting to see what unfolds with the data and the pandemic. And there's still a possibility that we could see something else here. Now, like I said, don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but I will be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. Now, in addition to that, if you missed my last video update, I'm not going to be on YouTube tomorrow. I'm going to be spending the most of the day flying on vacation with my family. But as soon as I land, wanted to let the Ram fam know I'm going to get caught up on all of the news, and I'm going to try to do one video per day summarizing everything that's happening, so that way you can stay up to speed on everything that's taking place, you guys. So just want to let you know that, but let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest that's happening right now with unemployment. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, if you appreciate the updates, don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps out the channel a ton. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay up to date on everything that's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest on this article that just came out yesterday, giving us an update on unemployment lawsuits for back pay of PUA, PEUC, and the boost. All right, you guys, so link in the description below to this article that just came out yesterday, and it says jobless aid cutoff lawsuits go on after federal programs end. And it says lawsuits contesting states' early shutoff of enhanced federal jobless aid are likely to stretch into 2022. Months after the federal programs expired nationwide, potentially testing the duration of a federal offer to fund the benefits retroactively. So they're saying this is challenging the duration of which they're going to be allowing retroactivity, because it ended in September and these cases are going on until next year, and they're saying that's quite a long time to be waiting. Now, on the line are the unpaid unemployment benefits estimated to exceed $2 billion across a half a dozen or more states. Literally $2 billion have been missed out by claimants due to these benefits being cut off early in various states. Now it says, Appellate rulings are awaited in Arkansas, Ohio, and Oklahoma, while cases are still ongoing trial court level in Tennessee and Texas. Those suing over Florida's early termination have said an appeal of a trial judge's decision is forthcoming, though no notice has been filed. It's really hard to say how long the federal offer to fund benefits retroactively will stand, said Chadwick Smith, an Oklahoma attorney representing unemployment claimants there who challenged the early halt of federal benefits. Now, governors and workforce agencies in more than 25 states announced in May and June that they would end some or all of the federal government's enhancements, pandemic response to unemployment benefits weeks or months before the September 6th expiration, answering business community complaints that enhanced benefits benefits were discouraging people from going back to work. And a JP Morgan Chase research brief from July suggested that benefits' negative effects on the labor markets were minimal. So they're actually saying there's no statistic proof saying that ending these benefits has caused employment to increase and encourages people to stay home, according to JP Morgan Chase. Now, unemployment claimants and advocacy groups in at least a dozen states sued and challenged the benefit cutoff, in many cases arguing that language in the state law requires officials to secure all benefits available under the Social Security Act related to unemployment. Workers won orders that resulted in benefits being restored in Indiana and Maryland, but not in South Carolina, where the state Supreme Court ruled October 13th in favor of the governor's decision to halt the aid. So we've already seen some of these already won and some where they did not. It varies state to state, and there's still several that are still on the line. Now, reading on, Arkansas's legislature in August enacted retroactive changes to state law in an attempt to solidify the state's position that it is not obligated to participate in temporary special unemployment programs created by the federal government. Now, retroactive federal funding. Still, listen to this. A September 3rd email from the U.S. Labor Department officials told state agencies that the federal funds remain available for retroactive payments of benefits if the states choose them or are forced to do so by court even after the September 6th deadline. But the email also urged states to decide quickly, noting that new claims for those federal benefits couldn't be filed after October 6th. So, for some who may have otherwise have been eligible for the aid, that window has now closed. So if you were somebody that was eligible for this, or you let them know, hey, you cut off my benefits early, but I'm still filing claims because I'm due these benefits. If you did not do that before October 6th, that opportunity, that window has now closed. Now, our understanding is certainly that the federal government will pay out any funds that states are obligated to pay to claimants because of court decisions, said Kevin DeLeben, advocacy director and attorney for Legal Aid of Arkansas. Now, the Labor Department understands that there may be additional considerations for states responding to our court orders, and we will work with states to help them comply with the case-by-case basis. Now, funding is available for payments of benefits for weeks of unemployment experience prior to September 6th of 2021 for those states that are reinstating their participation in the CARES Act unemployment insurance programs in response to court orders. Now, in a number of related Ohio cases, plaintiff's attorneys Mark Dan argues that states themselves will be liable to pay an estimated $900 million of foregone benefits if the federal government doesn't cover them. Those cases are on hold while one of them waits for the Ohio Supreme Court to decide whether it will hear an appeal from Governor Mike DeWine. Now, jumping down in the article, it says initial wins have stayed on appeal. Take a look at this, you guys. It says in Arkansas, the state's brief was due on October 13th, after which the plaintiffs have about 30 days to respond, and Legal Aid's DeLeben has said. Now, with time for the state's reply and breaks for end-of-the-year holidays, I can't imagine that the courts will be making a decision before early next year. And the litigation pending appeals in the Ohio Supreme Court also could easily stretch into 2022. We're like 2 months in, said DeWine's appeal. The court routinely takes 4 or 5 months to decide whether to hear a discretionary appeal, he said, but added, I would hope that they would accelerate that. Now, cases in Tennessee and Texas, they might be even further away from resolution, with hearings at a trial court level still needed before a judge's decision there. There's been a lot of delays, said the Texas attorney, with the case pending right now in Austin. That has been partly due to infighting among the various groups of plaintiffs who organized via Facebook support groups and crowdfunded the legal expenses of the Texas case, he said. Now, the case is due for a hearing on October 19th, which is today, where Sibley hopes to resolve his motion to withdraw from representing all but 6 of the plaintiffs, but expects that he'll have to wait for later hearings to get to merits of the case. So you guys, that is the latest with retroactive back pay on unemployment. And the good news is it's still a possibility. This is still continuing on. Now, the not so good news is it's taking a lot longer than we had hoped, and it's going to be going into 2022. And even the attorneys are saying they hope that they're going to be able to speed things up. But you guys, I will be sure to keep you up to date on unemployment, stimulus, everything that's unfolding right now. Keep you up to speed here on the channel. And as always, you guys, if you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button if you made it this far and you haven't already. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell if this is your first time here, and if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.